Well, looking ahead to brighter days. That was the main message from both the city and Danny Wimmer Presents. That's the production company behind the Bourbon and Beyond and the Louder Than Life music festivals. They both announced today that concerts next year will be extended from 2 days to 3-day events. But not everybody is ready to move on from what happened this year. Our Sarah Wagner reports from Champions Park.
There's no denying Champions Park is now a muddy mess from this recent round of rain and flooding, but there seems to be some debate about the lasting effects it may have. The Kentucky Resources Council says it's concerned about possible dangers from an old landfill that used to be in this area, but the city says there's nothing to worry about. Before it was Champions Park, part of this property was the old Edith Avenue landfill. It's now the soccer park, and the same spot rows of RVs parked last weekend for Bourbon and Beyond. The Kentucky Resources Council says a cap of 2 feet of clean soil covers the toxic incinerator ash that's buried there, something it says the city agreed not to touch back in 1997. It's worried all of the RVs disturbed that cap and could be putting us in danger.
You are disturbing the vegetative cap that the city committed would be maintained, and you are damaging the integrity of the cap that was supposed to be kept in place.
But the city says there's another layer there to protect everyone.
I walked it this morning, and the clay cap has not been impacted, and there's nothing coming out, and water is not going through. That's kind of why it was so soft and mushy, and vehicles had a tough time getting out. There's absolutely no truth that any toxic waste is coming out of the ground. The cap was not penetrated, and we're all good there.
The Kentucky Resources Council says it requested an inspection from the State Division of Waste Management, and it had a crew out there today. The council calls canceling the second half of Bourbon and Beyond and all of Louder Than Life steps in the right direction.
The area needs to be restored, the vegetation needs to be replaced, and it needs to be managed in a way that is more consistent with the limitations on the site.
Even with all of its recent challenges, the concert's production company, Danny Wimmer Presents, says it's not going anywhere.
We are so committed to Champions Park. It is just such an incredible property. We're determined to figure out what else we can do to make it work better, but we love that place.
The Kentucky Resources Council says it plans to meet with city officials soon to figure out what happened here and make sure everything's worked out before the next event. Reporting in Champions Park, Sarah Wagner, WHAS 11 News.